Peace and love, everyone. This is Sister Iman. I am dropping another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Yellowstone volcano, and I'm going to read this article. No, you cannot drill into Yellowstone volcano to stop an eruption. Yellowstone volcano's last major caldera forming eruption took place about 640 years ago. The most recent volcanic activity consisting of lava flows ended around 70,000 years ago. The volcano is not overdue in eruption, but is still an active volcano with huge magma chambers deep beneath the surface and a hotbed of hydrothermal features. The last time Yellowstone produced a huge super eruption, it covered western US, southern Canada, and northern Mexico in ash. If it were to erupt now, the United States Geological Survey has said effects will be global, with ash falling for years to decades and changes to climate. Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming will be affected by searing hot pyroclastic flows. So what could be done to prevent an eruption? Michael Pollan, the scientist in charge of YVO, has considered this question in this week's Caldera Chronicles, a weekly column written by scientists working at the site. Pollan said people often ask if you can drill into Yellowstone in order to relieve pressure building beneath the ground and to help prevent an eruption occurring. He said, magma reservoirs are far more complicated than just huge caverns of liquid magma. Instead of huge balls of liquid magma, there are a mushy mix of rock, melt, crystals, and various fluids and gases with poor interconnectivity and often no sharp boundary between the reservoir and the surrounding rock, he said, explaining Yellowstone has two magma chambers, one between 3 and 10 miles beneath the surface, the other between 12.5 and 31 miles underground. These reservoirs are mostly solid with just between 2 and 50% of mountain lava. Pressure within this type of system is not like air in a balloon, and it cannot be easily dissipated by poking a hole or even 100 holes into the complex structure, he wrote. Within a magmatic system, pressure accumulates because magma and associated fluids are accumulating. It will be as if a balloon were filling with mostly solid cement with some poorly connected regions that were wet and contained some gases. Poking a hole in that balloon would not cause the cement to disappear, nor would it reach all parts of the poorly connected, wet part of the system. Moreover, the drill holes intended to tap the gases in a magma reservoir would plug shut with dense taffy-like magma without constant intervention. Pollan also said you cannot cool the magma reservoir by pumping water into it. He said that while NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory found it could be cooled with enough water over thousands of years, their calculation overlooked Yellowstone's hotspot which fuse volcanism at the site. Cooling the magma body by pumping water into the subsurface would be attempting to cool a pot of boiling water by steadily adding droplets of cold water, but leaving the burner on, he said. So you cannot prevent an eruption through drilling or ejecting the volcano with water, but could you set off an eruption with a nuclear bomb? That is also a no. The USGS says earthquakes release huge amounts of energy. The largest earthquakes release around the same amount of energy as a 2,000 megaton nuclear weapon. In 1975, an earthquake released the same amount of energy as a 2 megaton nuclear weapon. This is about 100 times the size of bigger than the bomb drop in Hiroshima in 1945. This earthquake took place right next to Yellowstone's magma chamber, meaning such of the energy was transferred straight into the rock. In a nuclear attack, the detonation will occur above ground, so the majority of the energy will be released into the air, the USGS said. And guess what happened to Yellowstone Volcano after the M7.3 earthquake? It didn't erupt. It only impacts were some changes in hot springs and geysers due to the shaking. Okay, that was an article about the Yellowstone volcano. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to post a link to this article under the video title. I'm going to close it out, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.